Looks like I'm live. All right. Am I really live? I think I am. It's kind of weird when you're doing a live stream and you know there's no one listening. I'm just checking my computer to see that I'm actually streaming. Oh, look at me. There I am. You can probably hear me now. All right. So, hello, world. Hello, everybody. Let me take a sip of my tea. When I say everybody, it's utterly weird because absolutely there's nobody listening at the moment. It's the first live stream, and I decided to do this in vertical format for two reasons. First of all, YouTube seemed to encourage it. So when I went to do a live, I'm streaming on my phone, by the way. YouTube rotated my view into vertical by default. This says something to me. This means that they want or prefer people to do this kind of long live streams in vertical video. We know that they're pushing vertical video, especially through YouTube Shorts, but live streams also, I suppose, why wouldn't they push this? Like I said before in a video that I uploaded onto this channel, I'm going to be doing regular live feeds on this channel. In fact, that's going to be the main purpose of this channel, is to do live feeds. And I figured I might as well do vertical video because I thought of how I consume content, right? How do I consume long form sort of podcast types of videos? I consume them on my phone. I don't sit around on my computer. When I'm at my computer, I'm there to work, edit video, type some stuff. I'm not watching, an hour, 2 hour broadcast on my PC. Sometimes if I've only got my computer as an option and I'm doing something like maybe I'm editing pictures and I'm able to listen to somebody doing a live stream or what have you, then, or I'm watching a podcast like an hour long, then I basically either minimize the video or put it to one corner of the screen. So it's sharing the screen, but it's not taking that much real estate. So what I would want to do a horizontal video and have that record for 3 hours or, what have you. So it makes sense actually to stream in vertical video. Also, because most of my listeners are going to be listening, when I do get listeners, on their phones, right? So it makes sense. And why am I using my phone? Well, using my phone or just starting to use my phone or getting the format rolling on my phone gives me the freedom to move around, right? So let's say whatever happened while I'm streaming and I need to change location, for instance, I can basically just pick up the phone and move to a different room or, even outdoors. Also, if the inspiration hits and I'm in a different place, I'm not at home in front of my computer, at a cafe, out and about with friends, I could fire up my phone and I could stream. That's kind of the dream, right? And as you can see, I don't have any microphones at the moment. I don't have anything hooked up. I'm actually working on a nice setting actually, because I'm not going to be completely sort of riff-raffy about it. I'm going to be trying to at least, give you all some kind of quality. And while I'm doing that, I'm waiting to do that. I figured I better just start because, this is what happens with creators, right? We get involved in what's called analysis paralysis, and we just procrastinate forever. Sorry, I got a notification on my phone. This is another problem with my phone. I'm getting all these notifications popping in, and I have to keep touching the screen. Apologies for that. Okay, so yeah. The other thing I was going to talk about, of course, is yesterday I was listening to a podcast, a YouTube podcast from a guy called Dustin. I think it's Dustin Porter. And he was interviewing this lady who has a YouTube channel that she started about 2 years ago, which now has completely replaced her job that she lost, the income from her job that she lost. And the only reason why she was able to do that is because one day she just started, yeah? She decided, you know what? I'm not ready. I don't have all the equipment done, But what I do have is my mobile phone, my smartphone. I have this location that I live in that I know a lot about and I'm passionate about, and a lot of people are looking for information about. How about I just fire up a live stream and start talking about it? She did it cold turkey, threw herself to the wolves. The first few streams are probably abysmal, people laughing behind her back, etc. You know, forget about the embarrassment. She forgot about what user XXVVXX without the profile picture thinks of her, and just basically started streaming. And as a result, she was able to overcome quite a lot of her fears, overcome a lot of the apprehensions that she had. She realized also that some of these things that she was bothered about weren't really an issue. People didn't really care that much. People just wanted the information. And as she continued to put out the information, she found that people were finding value in what she was doing. Her presentation style improved. Everything improved with practice. And eventually, she ended up replacing. Excuse me. She ended up replacing her job with her YouTube channel, and she's extremely successful nowadays. Whereas if she had just kept on waiting to get the proper rig, to get the camera that she needed, the lights, to get an assistant to go around with the camera with her, all those things that people worry about, or if she kept worrying about what people think, and she'd be stuck in the past, perhaps, still somewhere looking for a job, she wouldn't be as successful as she is today. The topic, let me roll on to the topic I was actually going to discuss today for the very first live stream, which I've termed Hello World, is to do with this phenomenon that we see on the internet now, which is sort of clickbait, right? So to say, it's very prevalent on YouTube. An example would be, a thumbnail that says, make $5,000 a day every day. And you've got some guy pointing to $5,000 a day, or he's got the before 0 and after it's like $1 million. And apparently you're supposed to be doing all this without lifting a finger, using these sort of tools that he's going to talk about or she's going to talk about. Why is that such a big thing on the internet? And why is everyone doing it? And why do they get so many views? Well, the answer is kind of already in the question there. See, there are three things to blame, I think, at least. You have human psychology to blame. You have the algorithm to blame. And then you have greed. I don't know if the human psychology and greed are sort of related anyway, but you got my drift. So let's deal with the algorithm first. The algorithm rewards videos that can hold engagement, right? High click-through rate, engagement, and views, right? And the more of those happen, the more the algorithm will push the creator that's putting out that kind of content. So these videos are successful because of the way that people are responding to them. And people are responding to these videos because of human psychology. Now, if someone were to say to you, if I put out a video, right, and the thumbnail says something like, work hard for 6 months to build a business that might, at the end of the year, provide you $10 to $20, maybe even $100 a day. But you have to work hard, you have to do the fundamental work, you have to put in the hours, and it's an ongoing process. How many views do you think I'd get? Not many, right? I get 10 views or whatever. I would get not very many views. But if I were to put out a video that said, $150 a day, every day in your sleep while, you brush your teeth or whatever, I'd get millions of views, right? As evidenced by the videos that are getting those millions of views. Why? Because humans like to be told what they like to hear, and not necessarily the truth. And these people that put up these videos have figured it out. I'm willing to bet that some of these people even tried in their early days to tell the truth on YouTube, but didn't see any traction. Their videos didn't get any views. But as they started to experiment with these outlandish clickbaits, which they've probably seen other people doing too, as they started to experiment with those, they started to get the views. They started to get, become successful. Like my channel, for instance, this channel actually used to be a crypto channel before I sort of revamped it, right? And basically all my videos were similar to this, but in video format, where I just basically told it as was. If I saw something, I'd be like, no, this is a scam. I don't think this is going to make money. Oh, this is okay, but you've got to be careful. Just really sensible videos like that. And how many views do you think I got? Not that many. But I had peers of mine who were putting out all these 1 million X type videos, like get 500,000 X. Those were the kind of videos that people were putting out. And how many views do you think they were getting? They were getting hundreds of thousands of views, some of them millions of views, right? Because they were putting out these outlandish, ridiculous videos, right? That eventually got a lot of people into trouble, right? But they got their views, and it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy, self-affirming vicious cycle, right? So you put out a video, people respond positively to it. So you put out the same type of video, they respond positively, and then the algorithm catches that, and then all of a sudden your channel is successful, you're making money. And then people just start doing that. Why would you not do it? Why would you not do that? Another thing, of course, is if you look at some of these make money online type videos that people are putting out, say somebody says, make $500 a day without lifting a finger, in your sleep. And they have 10 such videos, making money in 10 different ways. Now, if you think about it, why is it that that person that's made those videos isn't making 5,000 a day without lifting a finger? Because look, he's got 10 don't lift your finger videos, and each one of those videos is promising you $500, right? So if you do the maths, that's $5,000 without lifting a finger. This person is an expert at doing it. Instead of making the video, why don't they just be doing those things, get their $5,000 a day, and just never lift a finger ever again? I'll give you a clue. Those things don't work. All right, maybe some of them do, but you'd have to put a lot of work. You're not going to not lift a finger. You're going to lift all of your fingers and your toes, right? And you still won't make as much as they're saying. A lot of those things, you'd make a few cents. Some of them, you make a few dollars, right? And, they make these videos that, have some kind, the whole there's no smoke without fire thing, right? So they're not outright falsehoods, but they're extremely exaggerated. So the person making those videos, though, the way that they are making money is at least two of a number of ways. First of all, they're making money from the AdSense or the YouTube partner program, because you're watching their videos, again, they're hundreds of thousands of views. And of course, the make money online genres has one of the has one of the highest CPMs in all of YouTube, right? The crypto is one of them. Health and fitness is one of them. Insurance is a really high one as well. Anything to do with finance, insurance, and investment, they're sky high. Anything to do with weight loss, diets, fitness, especially in Q1, right? January, February, those are sky high as well, which is why you're seeing all these videos right now telling you could lose weight in 3 seconds without doing anything. It's the same concept, right? If someone made a video saying, how to lose weight gradually over the year by eating sensibly, drinking lots of water, doing a lot of exercise, dropping the sugar, the carbonated drinks, the processed foods, how many views do they think they'll get? Not much. But if someone made a video that, here's a pill that you can pop, that, then go to bed, eat what you want, go to McDonald's, eat what you want, drink all the sugar, drink beer, get drunk, and still lose weight, and still get a 6-pack, they're going to get millions of views. It doesn't have to be true, but people like to live in a fantasy world, right? And the people that have figured out that people want to live in a fantasy world, those people are monetizing that. And another thing is, of course, Google and YouTube they're too big. They can't clamp down on this stuff, right? And then you have the freedom of speech stuff. We're all supposed to have mental faculties to be able to discern what's true and what's not to an extent, right? I mean, it's not limited to YouTube and content creation. If you pick up a newspaper anywhere on the stand, they're all competing for your attention. So they have all these outlandish headlines, attention grabbing headlines on their covers, right? And there are people who specialize in writing these borderline, I mean, the art is to be borderline extreme without being actually lying, right? And you have a lot of people who are specialized, and that's their job. And these people have transitioned over to social media, and they're able to create these clickbaits to grab your attention. Now, talking of clickbait that grabs your attention, if you look at shorts, right, YouTube shorts, which YouTube is pushing at the moment, just log out of your account, go incognito, and look at the shorts panel on YouTube, and you see what I mean. And it's filled with like the same sort of thing. You know, there's some different categories, but there are all these sort of things that promise too much and deliver little. And because the delivery is done in less than a minute, then you just move on. You're not worried, but you've already given them their view, right? You have, you know, either it tries to appeal to your instincts by showing attractive people doing things, or, you know, people fighting or something like that. It's always something to grab at your emotions to try and get your attention, get you fixated for those few seconds to move on. Because again, as human beings, our brains are wired to basically get bored if we keep doing the same thing. Our brain is seeking novelty. We're looking for the next endorphin hit. And social media has basically adapted us to you know, it's feeding off of that, right? Our constant need for endorphins and new hits and new micro highs is why the whole scroll thing was such a success when that was invented. I can't remember if it was Facebook or Instagram that first invented the infinite scroll, but since that infinite scroll thing, it's basically tapped into our lizard brains, and we're like just it's hooked us, right? And those people who have mastered the art of just giving us those sort of micro highs, they're doing very well. Like, I made a video, actually it's on this channel. If you go on my channel and look at my first video that I made about Apple, and I employed a little bit of that endorphin hit thing where I made sure that the scene either changed in one way, flashed in one way, zoomed in one way, swiped right or left in one way or the other. And that video has the highest retention rate of any video that I've ever done. Even though the information that I presented in that video is not any better than the stuff that I've always done. But because I employed the psychology of, you know, zoom in, change scenes, flash, change noise, subliminal noises, light changes, etc. I actually took my time to employ some of that stuff just to see. And lo and behold, it retained, at the end of the video, 70% of the people were still watching, which is astonishing, actually. And I didn't get the sort of big cut down in the beginning where that you normally get in most videos. I used to get it. Like, people would see my face and be like, screw this. So I used to get that massive sort of exponential drop. But with this video, I didn't. It was just like a slight drop in the beginning, and then it's just like right, and it just maintained a nice little steady sort of flow. So I mean, I could get into that and master that, but it's not something that I want to be doing. I don't want to be like messing with people's minds. Unfortunately, though, you know, we have billions of people on the internet, on the planet anyway. They're not all on the internet. We have, we do have billions of people on the internet, but not, you know, the percentage of people that are on the planet that are on the internet is still actually quite low. So these people, unfortunately, they don't stop to think about what they're doing. They're just responding to what they're looking in front of them, right? And whatever catches their attention, catches their attention. As far as they're concerned, they're just watching a video. They just, people are sharing things with them, not realizing that the people who are creating these things mostly are. I've got to do something about these notifications. the people who are creating these videos are, experts and specialists at manipulation, psychological manipulation. So that's why we're seeing all these, 700 a day do nothing videos. Because if we weren't watching them, if you weren't clicking on them, then they won't be happening. The reason why you're seeing them is because that's what you are responding to. If you respond to the people telling you the truth, giving you proper information, offering you proper value, those people, their videos will be showing. Their videos will be more successful, and we will get more value, more truth on the internet. The internet is only reflecting to you what you want. That's basically the fundamental. That's the basics of it. Right, talking about shorts, another thing came to mind of why I'm streaming in the vertical video mode, and that's because I am going to be sampling some of the stuff that I say that I think are valuable into little shorts videos. And if the video is already in a vertical format, that's going to be a lot easier for me to do. I don't have to load the video into CapCut or any other video editor. Check out CapCut, by the way. That's a brilliant video editor. Since I've started using it, I've dropped iMovie, Final Cut Pro, and DaVinci Resolve. I'm telling you, it does everything that I need. Anyway, so I don't have to go into CapCut once I've done the actual stream itself in vertical video, and I could just sample and publish, and that makes everything faster. And YouTube is going to be pushing two of these formats of video, both long form content, so stuff that is about an hour long, and short form content, stuff less than a minute. So YouTube Shorts, long form, because YouTube, believe it or not, I heard from the grapevine, so to say, are on the verge of releasing YouTube podcasts. So they are trying to become the premier podcasting platform. So they're going to be competing with Apple Podcasts, with Anchor, with Spotify, with all those platforms that currently are doing podcasting at the moment, places that are known for podcasting. So they have YouTube, which is kind of already the second largest podcasting platform without Giant. So if they actually put their resources behind that, I think that they could really pull it off. And those people that have YouTube, that pay for YouTube, I think it's YouTube Red or whatever, will be able to like download podcasts and stuff. And if they add RSS feeds to the subscription, first of all, it's going to completely change subscription forever. And second of all, it's over for all the other platforms, because YouTube is just going to wipe the floor with them. Now, YouTube is already as big, for instance, as Spotify, probably even bigger when it comes to music. I did an informal survey with my friends about where they listen to music. I listen to music mostly on Apple, because I have a lot of my own CDs that I ripped back in those days, and they're sitting on Apple servers. I've got them backed up on a hard disk, but so that I can play them on all my devices. I have them on the Apple Match system. So that's where I fundamentally listen to music. Second, I listen to music on Spotify because I have Spotify Premium. I pay for Spotify Premium. I've done so for the last 3 years. And that's because I'm getting it for free. And how am I getting it for free? I'm going to talk about that in a video on this channel. So don't forget to subscribe if you're interested in that. Those are the things I'm going to be talking about. So I get free Spotify Premium. So that's the second place I listen to music. And third place I listen to music is on Amazon Live. And Amazon has a massive 100 million song library as well. It's not as large as Spotify or Apple, but it's large enough to find some of the obscure stuff that I can't find on the other platforms. But YouTube, by far and away, is the place where I can find just things that are impossible to find elsewhere. Just because someone randomly in the Congo or in Papua New Guinea or somewhere in the world has uploaded this bit of music that, I used to know when I was a child, for instance, and it's just nowhere else to be found. And there it is on YouTube. Not only is the song, there's also usually some video that goes along with it. So they're already one of the premier streaming platforms. So when they really put their resources behind things like podcasting, as you can see with the new UI environment that they have, that they're really working on things like that. They're going to be pushing videos that are basically playing along with what they're doing, because they don't want to have a podcast platform with no podcasts, right? So, and I think that they're going to unleash some kind of incentive, probably monetary incentive, to do with monetization, like they're going to do with shorts, that's going to entice podcasters from across the board to come over to YouTube. And another thing with that is, it's not really a big step. All they have to do is just publish their stuff in one extra step, especially those that already do video podcasting. Now they're going to be hosting those podcasts on YouTube for free. Some people have been paying to host their own video podcasts. Some people have been paying to host the audio of their podcast. If YouTube adds RSS to their podcast platform, then I'm telling you, everyone is coming over, because who doesn't like something for free? And the inbuilt monetization, that's just going to do a lot for people who are being sort of trying to monetize their podcasts in the traditional way, which isn't always very easy. TikTok is not taking this lying down, because YouTube Shorts is on the verge of basically coming back from the TikTok schmacking that it's been taken for the last couple of years or so. So TikTok has been basically eating YouTube's lunch for the last couple of years, as creators have been going viral on TikTok, albeit some of them linking their YouTube channels back. TikTok has also realized that they need to move away, not away, but they need to expand their horizon from this sort of short videos and dances and cats jumping all over the place to things like slightly longer format videos. I have a TikTok account and I've been doing some videos on TikTok. I experimentally did some longer form type videos where I talk for like 5 minutes, and they didn't do as well as the short videos because obviously attention span issues. But TikTok itself actually sent me a message saying, why don't you do more of these long form content? I'm paraphrasing, because the last ones that you did got more than 500 views, right? So 500 views for me on TikTok isn't that many, because people are getting, ridiculous 200,000 millions of views. So 500 views, TikTok is saying that that's remarkable, which kind of indicates where the mindset is going. I think that maybe moving away from the whole sort of viral content paradigm to sort of like more long-term stuff. So for instance, they now are employing SEO, which wasn't the case before. And they're building a search engine type platform where people can search for old videos and watch things that are just longer than 2 seconds, or is it 15 seconds and stuff like that, right? They also want to compete with YouTube in the slightly longer format videos, just like YouTube is competing with them with the shorts, right? And with all this looming fear of the United States looking to ban TikTok, there's a lot of bills, or not a lot of sentiments rather, and a bill in the government system at the parliament. I don't know, it's not called parliament, what is it called? In the House, that proposes just banning TikTok outright. A lot of people have really bad sentiments towards TikTok, in America and in other places, to be honest, about, data harvesting, etc. And you never know. It's something that I can see happening on the correct or the right administration that would do something like that. But you never know. So as a content creator, obviously, you shouldn't stay married to one platform. You should expand your horizons. Obviously, focus enough for you to gain traction on one. So, but I recommend to maybe double down on things like longer form content if you are a creator of such, and promote your longer form content by sampling them and creating multiple short form content. So what I'm going to be doing, for instance, is something that anyone can do. Is, say, on a given day, Saturday, Sunday, or Monday, I would create my long form content, and throughout the week I would share that stuff in shorts. I'll actually go through the long form content, watch it back myself, and pick out little segments of, like, little 1 minute segments that I think are interesting, and share that along with, like, in shorts, right? So that people can also consume those. And if they're interested, if they find it valuable, maybe they can come back and consume the longer form content. And as time goes on, as people discover the channel, I can hopefully continue to deliver the value that I want to deliver, including, step-by-step tutorials, which are going to be in video format. There will be some tutorials that I'm going to be doing also in live format, so that people can ask me questions on the fly as we're working. I'll be sharing my screen, setting up accounts, etc., showing you guys things in real life. Yeah, I think people have had enough of the nonsense. Make a billion now. People know. People have lost enough money now, and realize that those things don't usually work. Anyway, I'm going to end this here. Thank you for joining me. Nobody, but if you're going, if you're going to be if you're going to be watching this back at a later time, let me know what you think. I'm going to be doing originally these, maybe not as frequently, but I will be doing videos too. So don't think it's just going to be a vertical video stream channel only. I'm going to do other stuff. So don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and write a comment. Let me know what you feel. I will see you in the next one. Take care of yourself. Peace and stay calm.